Once you have finished exposing your last radiograph, you are now ready to dismiss your patient, get the operatory cleaned up, and prepare your films for processing. The first thing you'll want to do is remove your patient treatment gloves and use an appropriate hand sanitizer. Then you'll want to remove the patient treatment mask and use a hand sanitizer. Then you're ready to remove the lead apron and dismiss your patient. Thank you. You'll want to lay your lead apron in the middle of the chair to come back and wipe later. And normally all of these materials would be located over in the dirty area of the sterilization, but for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to have them on the cart here. Another very important step is to make sure that you inform all of your fellow classmates and instructors that this chair is contaminated. And the way that you do that is by placing this contaminated sign, which is magnetic and attached to the arm, on the chair where it would be visible to anybody walking by. That way we won't risk seating a patient in a chair that is contaminated. So the next step would be to place a new mask. And then again, use hand sanitizer or wash. Anytime you're putting a glove on or removing a glove, you're using sanitizer. And then you will want to don your utility gloves for the breakdown process. When you come back to the operatory, you'll want to get rid of all of the trash and then basically get all your instruments ready for processing. The first thing that you can do is turn your chair barrier into a trash receptacle by gently lowering part of it, and pick up anything on your working area that's trash and place it in the receptacle. This includes the PID cover, your blue tape that was covering the control panel, and you'll also remove the blue tape from the on and off switch. And don't forget about the barriers that are located on the keyboard and the mouse. Although we didn't utilize either the keyboard or mouse for this video, it's good to get in the habit of removing all your barriers. And lastly, don't forget the blue tape that's on the exposure button located outside of the operatory. Once you have gathered all your trash, you're now ready to go wash your utility gloves and begin the pre-cleaning process. Now that we're in the contaminated area, we're going to wash our utility gloves. So remember your protocol for hand washing and glove washing. We're going to retrieve a paper towel to turn the faucet on. And just like hand washing, be sure and wash your gloves very well. Now that our utility gloves are clean, we're ready to retrieve a cavicide wipe from the container. And again, these are normally stored on the counter over in the infection control area. The first thing that we want to do is wipe each individual film, and you want to make sure that you get every surface of the film. And then you're going to place that in your cup. The cup is clean, so the cup is what we'll be taking to the processor to develop the films. This can be a time-consuming process, but you want to make sure that you thoroughly wipe every surface of the film. When you're finished wiping the last film, You can then begin the pre-cleaning process with the same Cavicide wipe on the chair and every aspect of the X-ray unit. After pre-cleaning the back of the chair, you will also want to pre-clean the lead apron and thyroid collar, and you can simply drape that over the chair and make sure that you get all surfaces. You also want to make sure that you get the arm handles inside and out. And then you're finished with the pre-cleaning of the chair. Next, moving on to the X-ray unit itself, you'll want to make sure that you get the arm, and the tube head and PID itself. And then also the control panel. After cleaning the control panel, you will also want to pre-clean either the cart or the countertop that's your working area. So you'll have to lift everything and then place that Cavicide wipe on the tray, and you're now ready to take this tray over to the sterilization area for processing. Now that our utility gloves are once again clean, we're going to retrieve another Cavicide wipe to begin the disinfection process. The first thing that you will want to do is disinfect the lead apron and thyroid collar. Once again, wiping over all surfaces just as we did in the pre-clean. And then you can hang your lead apron up on the appropriate hook. Coming back, we'll want to make sure that we get all surfaces of the chair. And the X-ray unit arm. And the control panel. And once again, we'll want to make sure that we disinfect our working area or cart, whatever we're using. You're also going to want to put up the contaminated sign by placing it back on top of the arm where it's not visible, so that everyone will know that this chair is disinfected. And now we're ready to throw this Cavicide away, wash our utility gloves, and wash our hands.